All right, welcome everybody to tonight's training meeting. My name is Jermey Jenkins. I'm one of the master members here at RNetwork, and it's always a pleasure to be with you and share some tidbits of information on how we're doing the business, how we're able to go out and pre-build in our pre-launch, right? That's kind of one thing I always want to remind everybody about, is that we are in a pre-launch, and pre-launches are fun. They're kind of stressful sometimes, kind of crazy sometimes, right? There's enhancements, there's changes, change is a bad word in our, one of our corporate training. What's your title again, Dave?
I don't even know.
It's like field representative or whatever. He's going to talk about that to us a little bit tonight. But the idea is that in a pre-launch, we have the privilege, I'm going to call it a privilege, of being part of a co-creation, okay? So basically, we're kind of like glorified beta testers is what we are right now, right? We get to come in, we get to participate in this, we get to make money while we're doing it, right? Kind of fun, we get to do these meetings, we get to have, do trainings and all of that, and we get to help the company figure out kind of where we want to go, right? We're polishing off all the rough edges. We're defining out what's working, what's not, and there's adjustments that are made, and we find out ways to do things better. And so at the end of the day, we can have a company that's going to be long-term, it's going to be solid, and it's going to pay us really, really well once all of that is defined and it's launched and all of that. So just always remember that. It requires patience. It requires flexibility. It requires a lot of excitement to be part of that, and that's why right now we're doing this. And we've got Mr. Dave Dove, he was a corporate global trainer or whatever. Now he's the spokesperson for the company. But I've asked him to share some things with us in preparation for, I think everybody knows, on Saturday the 21st, we're going to do a great big Super Saturday event. Okay, you're all invited. We hope that you bring all your people. If you want to come, you're a charter member, it's $5. You can watch it online for $2. If you bring some guests, those guests can get in for free, right? And we're going to have a Spanish version at 8:30 in the morning. Then we're going to have at 9:30, we'll have the English opportunity presentation. And then right after that, we're going to dive into some really cool training and some announcements that you're not going to want to miss at all. Please be there, get your teams there, because it's going to be very, very exciting. We'll probably have a corporate special guest that will join us there. So get ready for that. But in the meantime, from now until then, we're talking, what is that, 9 days away, right? We've got to really kind of hone the message. We've got to get ready for what the announcements are going to be made, and Dave's going to kind of tell us how we can do that. So with that, Dave Dove.
Anyway, are we going to do a camera?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to pull this over.
I can move it if you want.
So, how's everybody doing?
Great.
Good? How are you?
Very good.
It's good to see you. So, okay, let's try to get some trip. I'll be the one to trip on this. So, again, my name's Dave Dove, and I know I've met most of you. Very excited to be here and to share with you. Jeremy asked me if I'd just jump in for a few minutes and share some stuff with you guys. We do, in reference to the 21st, it's up at Thanksgiving Point at the Hilton Garden Inn. It's the new Hilton Garden Inn. It's absolutely beautiful there. It's on the east side of the freeway there by the hospital, if that kind of helps you. It's also on Rise Up, so if you're on Facebook, you can go there. We have an Eventbrite that you can purchase your ticket, and the reason that we're charging is not a corporate event or paid or sponsored event, but they're although now sneaking in and saying, hey, we want to do a delivery of some announcements. And I want to help you understand a couple things. So before we get into all that, so let me start off with this first of all. I want to piggyback on what you were talking about, Jeremy. is that the company, we've only been in business for 90 days, you guys. I mean, really, it's not been that long. And with what we've actually done in 90 days is pretty remarkable. And I look at things like from a different view, I guess. Some people don't look at the same view I do. My wife's one of those people. She looks at it completely different than I do, which is what makes us a great couple, right? So, but what I wanted to say is the view that I take on this is I kind of like step back and kind of like, okay, what's going on? Like, where are we? What's happening? And my point to you is this. We are in a very, very much a pre-launch. And the cool part about that is to be the first on the bus. And sometimes when we're riding the bus, there's a bumpy road. And as you guys have ever ridden in school buses, they're not the softest seats in the world. And I think I relate that to this a little bit, that I think of this like we're on a school bus right now, and we're going to build the most amazing school. But in order to build the school, we need more people to help us do that. And what we say is the power's in the network. You guys have heard that over and over and over again, right? Well, you're going to continue to hear it, because where the company is today and where we're going to be in the next 90 days, we're going to do a sprint for 90 days, and we're going to have some fun while we do that. I actually have a lot on my plate to pull off in the next 90 days for my new role. So I signed on to something because I do have a belief that we can do it. And I just want you guys to understand something, that I do not need to be here. Unlike any of you guys don't need to be here either. Or just like you guys, right? Like, you don't need to be involved in this. Like, you could go on with your life and do what you're doing. But I'm just going to be, can I be transparent with you guys? I make a living in my other company just fine. Like, I don't need to be here. But I tell you that because I wouldn't be here and I wouldn't put my face out there if I didn't believe that there's something to this, right? So, but you have to understand that we've been in such an infant stage of building, and things were being said to you or whatever, right? Like, hey, the bank's coming in August. You guys remember that? Okay. Understand this, you guys, that the bank is ready. We're not ready. And what that means is we're really close to that. And now that we're bringing more team members on the team, not talking just network, I'm talking corporate team. It's allowing us to be ready for it. We thought we would be ready. We had a couple hiccups, like technology has. You guys already know that. But let me put you at somewhat of an ease. You guys know a company by the name of Chase Bank. Okay. Chase Bank is an incredible bank, right? They've got a reputation. So be comfortable with knowing that we do business with Chase. What I mean by that is that we're simplifying the onboarding process for the prospect to join. So the way they sign up and pay, all that's changing. I'm alluding to stuff. Hopefully you guys are picking up on what I'm laying down. But I'm telling you this because what we're not going to do in these meetings anymore is come in here and tell you hypothetical stuff. That's what we're trying to do as a company, is shut that off. Like, why would we do that to you? It's like I said last time. I want this to be like Christmas morning. When you go to the meeting, like, it should be a Christmas morning when we launch something. Like, you should be like, oh yeah, this is going to be so exciting. But we can't do that if we're telling you everything ahead of time. And we don't even know if we have it yet, right? And we're done doing that. Yes, we have a bank. Yes, we're going to have a card. And yes, those two things are still happening. The timeline was pushed a little bit because of the fact that we need a few things to be checked off beforehand. That's my job. Now I'm putting myself out there for you guys right now. Like, I'm saying it's my job, right? To bring it to you. But I want to deliver to you in nice little packages along the way so you can be excited about it. I want to have you unwrap the present and be just tickled pink. So let's kind of talk about what the vision of the company really is. Our vision of the company is very basic, very simple. Okay? I'm going to ask you guys what our vision is because you're going to help me with the vision, right? So, who are we? Our network. What does that mean? When we say our network, what does that mean?
It includes all of us.
That's right, all of us. Like, this is our network.
Like-minded people.
Like-minded people. So think of it from that view, right? And then second, what do we do? What are we doing? Like, what are we actually doing? I'm just asking, no wrong answers.
Losing ourselves.
Losing ourselves.
For the betterment of others.
Betterment of others, yeah, that's a big part of it, right? That's one of them. What's the others?
We're building a business.
We're building a business. What else?
Saving people money.
Saving people money. What else? Anything else?
Opening up dreams and realities.
Yeah. Maybe making things become possibilities again, right? You remember when you were young and you always wanted to dream in color, right? Like, remember that. Just because we get old doesn't mean we have to dream in black and white anymore, right? So what are we? Who are we? We're our network. What are we doing? We're building a business of network of people that can bring goods and services to the marketplace at a much lower price to save people money. That's generally what we're doing. But here's the thing. We're doing something that nobody's ever done before. We're actually going to have the ability to revenue share with a bank. That's phenomenal. And you have to put this to bed. The bank is coming. And that's the last thing you're going to hear on that. It's happening. I've met the bankers, personally met the bankers, the guy that owns the banks. I met him. It's a done deal. There has to be some boxes checked off of some items that need to be done in order for this to come together and be complete. So when we package it up, you're going, dang, this is awesome. So little things had to be done. Our onboarding process had to be smooth as ice. We need to get a consistent message going out. Clear, right? Everybody understands what it is. We're all going in the same direction. We're all rowing the boat at the same time, right? And then those things had to happen in order for this to come true, right? So because we're in the infant stages, it was like a sprint. Everybody just started running. And we did, and it was funny because I remember, I have to tell you this funny story. It was funny, they didn't plan on launching when they did, but Richard was so excited that he went and did a meeting before they even planned on what they were doing. Like, you know what I mean? That's just how he is. I love how he thinks. Like he's outside the box, like so far outside the box that it's hard to keep up with where he's thinking because it's so far out there. But here's where we're at. Okay? You guys ever seen a chart that kind of looks like this? That's not a very good one, but that's somewhat close. Right? Probably looks familiar to some of you that Jermey has a slide that looks similar. You guys recall that? So in business, they call it the sigmoid curve. You guys ever heard of that? What? The sigmoid curve is what they call it in business, not in network marketing. What that means is that this part right here is where we're at in formulation product time. It's when we're just formulating the idea of what we're doing. And guys, that's what we all bought into, right? So let me ask you a question. Who got in? Why did you get involved in the first place? Why did you get involved? Tell the truth.
Money.
Money. Okay, I love it. She wants money. We're going to switch to green. That's green, right? Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Colorblind, so I don't know for sure. I have to go by shades. Okay, why did you get involved?
Because of the technology, and it was absolutely.
It was like
it's going to be awesome.
Yeah. How about you?
See the future of freedom.
Of freedom? Okay, why is that?
Time and money freedom.
Yeah, absolutely. Opportunity, right? Yeah.
Uniqueness.
Uniqueness. Okay, awesome. How about you guys?
It's the concept of Uber in banking system.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, it's like that exciting. Can you imagine if actually been paid $2 for every Uber? I'm just trying to give some parallel, but maybe it's not $2, but whatever. But the point is that, right? So, I'm going to use that as an example of something. We don't own all these products that we're bringing to the marketplace. Uber don't own the cars. They have the idea. And they create a network that brings the product, brings the car to deliver the people to point A, or from point A to point B. You guys with me? We're in the formulation process right now, formulating all these different products. In fact, we want you to bring us products. If you run across something, you have an idea, you know somebody, you should be laying those products out to us, like telling us about it, right? So imagine we've got our products right here. This says products, but you can't read that. I'm just trying to have fun here. We're going to load up this product suite with just whatever. But this isn't only why we're in business. We're in business because we want to help people make money, make a difference in their life financially. If I told you you could actually make an extra $200 a month, would that make a difference in your life right now? Some of you are going like this, and some are going like this. I know that that would change my sister's life drastically. In fact, she probably couldn't make much more than that, or she'd lose her money. But how much would that change your life? $2,000. Okay. Then we get to 10. And now you're telling your boss, see you later. Money. That's see you later money. That's when you can say, I won't sleep in until I'm done sleeping. You know what I mean? Like, seriously.
But you're already doing that.
Yeah. I kind of, these guys get mad at me because I like show up at 10 o'clock. It's like, well, I sleep, man. I sleep in.
You get to wake up early.
That's right. Actually, I don't sleep in. I should tell you the truth. I can't sleep past 6. $20,000 a month. What would that be for you? That's really a life-changing money, isn't it?
Yeah.
This isn't a dream session, but I want you to start dreaming in color. Stop looking at these black and white freaking photos on the wall, which bring me down. I look at that, and that makes me excited. So here's the point, you guys. Let's dream in color for a moment and imagine the possibilities of something. We're right here in the formulation stage of the company, pre-launch. You get a place, a seat on the bus that allows you to be in control of your future. And here's the thing. We control one thing in all of this. Do you guys know what it is?
So,
It's between your ears. It's the only thing you have. It's the only thing that we can control is what's between our ears. I'm a firm believer in mindset is every single thing. In fact, if I had a training module, it'd be the very first thing I talk about is mindset. Because in this business, it's an extremely hard business. If this was easy, everybody would be doing it. It's not easy. It's just not. Like, I know how hard it is. I know that it is. But we have started to create here in the last few days that we're going to launch on the 21st that I think you should be flat out excited about. This is not to just get you to come to the meeting so we can yap at you again. It's to give you kind of a fresh start of the future focus of where we're going. And understand that we're right here, yes, but when we get to what they call critical mass, when it actually starts happening, this is momentum right here. And when momentum kicks in, it's where most millionaires are made in network marketing is momentum. And if you're not ready for this, and I'll tell you what, if we're not ready as a company to get to this time frame, usually this part's about 2.5 to 3 years in a network marketing company starting from scratch. I know because I'm in one. 2.5 years in, we're still in this part right here. Yet we're doing millions of dollars. Yet we're sitting in a business that we spent $68 or $38 to get involved. And we're still in this spot right here. And we have some people saying, well, gosh, why is it not here yet? Why is the bank not? Why is the car? Just put yourself back in a product company selling potions, lotions, and pills. And guess what? They're still in this part too. But people are making money. There's people right now in the other company right now making $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 a month in 2.5 years. I'm telling you the truth. My whole point is, you guys, we have an opportunity that's unlike anything you've ever seen before. We have a low ask, $68, $38 a month, for something that the $38 that we're going to charge every month, or that we do charge every month. Right now, do we have some value in there for the $38 right now? We have okay value. You can be honest. We have okay value.
Have you added it up?
Take it into consideration. I'm gonna challenge you right now. Here we go. Ready? Watch this. This is what I spent per night at the Marriott in Anaheim last week. 5 nights per night. In it. $49 a night for our travel portal.
It's gotta be prices.
So let me ask you a question. How much money do you think I really saved? Because let me tell you what everybody else was paying that went to our event. $129 a night at the Hilton. Literally across the street from me. I walked across the street to save myself almost $100. $70, whatever it is. Right? $80. So my point is this, you guys. People are saving money right now just with travel. That's all we have. Travel is saving money right now. It's a great product, and you can go to the Purple Turtle right now with our program and save money. Buy one, get one free kind of thing, right? Don't be yawning. Am I boring you? Am I boring you? Yeah. What's your name again? Rosalind. That's right. She's back there yawning. I'm just messing with you. I know. I'm tired too.
She was hungry.
But we're saying, yeah, Purple Turtle makes us that hungry time. Oh, my point is this, you guys. We have something tangible right now, but what do you think is the most tangible thing? What do you guys think? What's the most tangible thing we have right now?
The future?
What?
The future?
No?
Potential.
Let me tell you what it is.
Building an organization.
The power's in
Innovation.
the network, right? So, this is what we have our hands on right now. It's incredible. And it's go time. Let's get those cookies out, Richard. He's so nice. Look at this. He baked you guys cookies.
Richard did? Of course I did.
He's a good baker. Wait till you taste these cookies. You think he's just a visionary. He is actually a baker. So, again, I asked you the question, what do you think we have? Right? I asked the question, what do you think we have? Some of you are saying, possibility, savings at Purple Turtle, savings at a hotel somewhere, right? Those are true. Those are true. But what do we really have our hands on? We have our hands on a compensation plan right now that could literally change your life right now. Right now. Like, I remember building another company. I won't mention names. Some of you might know where it is. But I built this company. We had like close to 17,000 people, something like that, in about 3.5, 4 months. Made nothing. We had nothing. And it was all on hope that it was actually going to pan out. And yet we did it. If we could have been paid, it was amazing. But we didn't get paid. we have something that's paying out right now. $2, $2, $32, right? Basically, what's happening is if you go get 3 people, you can make $38. You tell me in any company where you can go get 3 people and pay for your entire cost. Even in my other company right now, it doesn't happen.
I'm going to say, Dan, I've got a gal in Kenya.
You got what?
I have a gal in Kenya who's on my team,
Okay.
who's waiting to cash a check. Okay, and she knows she's waiting.
Oh, a gal in Kenya.
Right.
Gotcha.
For her, this is life changing
Ah.
because her $75 equates to 7,500 shillings.
Be careful saying that.
And the basic point is 1,000
Yeah.
anything is a lot.
Hello.
Okay, and so for her, this is life changing at $38.
It is.
Huge.
Absolutely.
And she has no idea what it's going to be.
And you know what? It's only going to get better from here. Because on the 21st, you're going to find out that this even gets better. So I hope that every one of you are there on the 21st. Because here's what it is, you guys. It's called momentum, remember. And not this momentum, it's just momentum in getting this formulation, this beginning stages built and get some wheels under the bus that are really spinning. And let me tell you something. This just got better for you. If you're getting a $1,000,003 right now, it just got better for you. Like free money for doing nothing. Well, not nothing, but you know what I mean. So if you're watching online, get your online set up. But if you're here locally, you should be there to support and to hear what we're launching. I promise you, you're not going to be disappointed. Okay? Let me tell you the next thing. 10 in
The pen.
pen. So, why is 10 in the pen such a great thing right now?
Get extra 50 cents.
Yeah. 50 cents more per person in your TBS. That's phenomenal. Guys, international people, yeah, they can't hit the button and deposit it yet, but we're really close to that happening. You got to remember, we got a ton of things that need to be done, and we run these little sprints to complete them, and then I come into my role, and I go, oh, we got to do this. What about U.S.? I love the international. We need to take care of you, and we're going to. And that's actually definitely on the Richter scale to make sure that happens, because we need to pay them. We are paying them. It's in their back office. It's totally, and they're seeing the money. Right now it's like monopoly to them because they just see the money, right? But soon they'll be able to hit a button and actually get paid, like very soon. So they're in this. If they have the vision correctly, they're in it just like you and I and all of us are, and they're building the same thing. They should be building this. Like our focus should be all on building the network. Forget the products. Forget anything else. This is all fluff to me. This isn't why we're doing this. It's not. Like, the reason we're doing this is to change the world and the way the world spends and makes money. When the card comes, it's going to change the way the world operates with money. But as I was telling a group earlier, would you guys agree technology changes? Yeah. So guess what? If we brought out a new card today, what do you think 6 months from now that card's going to be like? It'd be ancient. It'd be just like a phone. These phones change by the moment. And that's what's going to happen. So is that really the reason we're doing this? No. It's a cool, trinky toy. Great. It's sexy. It's attractive. It's cool. But eventually it'll be like the Apple Watch. It's not a big deal anymore. But let me ask you all a question. How does Apple do their business today, marketing-wise? Do they talk about their products? If you understand marketing, you understand they don't even ever talk about their products.
Once a year.
What's that?
Once a year.
Yeah, once a year when they're launching that thing. And guess what? Every time we add one of these little trinkets in here, another product, that once every so often, well, it won't be a year, but every time we launch one, bam, we make a big deal out of it. We just had our event in Southern California in Southern Company. They launched a new product. Guess what happened to the volume in our back office? At the event. Oh yeah, doubled. Just like that. Whoop, right up. It's crazy. This same thing's gonna happen right here, you guys. As we dump more and more in here for you, the more your income skyrockets. But that's only if we built our network. If we have not done this, you won't see any difference. If you stay at the me and 3, you're always going to get your $38, and that's awesome for you.
So when can we bring in those products?
Okay, thanks for bringing it up. So we have products. It's not that we don't.
Right.
21st, we already have now, but we're bringing more in on the 21st. Okay, 21st. Say that wrong. My point is, as we add into this, if your network is growing, you should see a lift in income and growth overnight, just because people get excited about it. But if we come down here and tell you everything that we're doing and what we've thought of and what's possible, there's no secret in it for you. There's no excitement in it for you. That's why I don't like being on the corporate side, because I now know all this stuff. It's like, okay, great. Now there goes my Christmas. Like, I'm not excited anymore. Like, no, I am excited. My point is let's build the network. Let's focus on that. Let's focus on getting your team to me and 3. Take care of others. Pay it forward. Teach them how to do it. Terry said the other day that really struck me, and I actually said on my call, she says, we got our 10, we got our 3, but then I started giving people away. And I'm not a fan of that, but what told me something is she has a servant heart that she's looking at giving people and helping others make sure that they make it. And guys, if we lose ourselves in the betterment of others and help others, you're going to make so much money you won't even know what to do with it. But you got to start seeing the vision of this. And the vision is not about how many products we have or what products we have. Yes, we have to have some products, and we are going to have products. And this is part of it, but the real main focus is who are we, what are we doing? So you can come up with an elevator pitch of what it is we're doing. If somebody asks you in an elevator, what is it you do? Do you have a 30-second elevator pitch, 60-second, 120 seconds? Come up with that in your head on what exactly we're doing, so that we can show people, like you can give people that little synopsis so they'll go watch the movie now. You guys follow me? Like if you ever been to a good movie, really good movie, and then you come back to work the next day, and everybody's like, well, how was the movie? Oh, it was amazing. And if you told them everything about the movie, would they go watch the movie? No, you just took it all from them. That's what we're trying to develop. We're trying to develop this pitch where you can go, hey, this is what we do. And they're like, well, I want more information.
What's your pitch?
You got that?
What's your pitch?
Well, it's pretty simple. I mean, basically, here's my pitch. My pitch is this. We have an opportunity right now to participate in bank rev share. Has the bank ever wanted to share revenue with you? And in the meantime, we have an incredible opportunity where you can build a team and earn rev share off the team. Like, what? Yeah, let me show you a video. Give them the 2-minute video. I know that's just off the cuff. But my point is this. Come up in your own mind, what's comfortable for you. Be authentic. Don't try to be somebody you're not. I could give you a pitch, but it wouldn't matter because you're not me. And if you're not speaking from here and you're only speaking from here, people are not going to sign up with you. I've learned that a long time ago, that if I came from an authentic position, I would get more people attracted to me than I would by pushing them away by trying to get them because I want to get a bonus. Make sense? I like the timer for a motivator, but I don't like it because it motivates people by money, not by purpose. So think about it this way. We want to motivate people to do this because it can take care of not only their costs, but now we just gave them a raise that you're going to see. And it should just, really, I wish I could tell you right now. The point is, it will get you excited when you see what we're doing at this piece. okay? And understand this, that these numbers are total potential. They really are. But you have to believe it first, that it actually can happen. You got to actually believe that you can achieve an income and see it. And then you have to actually like live it. Like you got to live like you're making 20 grand a month. I'm not saying go into a bunch of debt and, you know, buy cars or whatever. I'm saying live it as if you already have it. Like this isn't, I'm not just speaking from you know, what's the book that's out there? The Secret. I am speaking from that, but that's not what I'm meaning. Like in my other venture, I saw the end result. Like it's all I could see. And every no was a yes to me. I didn't take it as a no. Does that make sense? So like I was so like laser focused on my end result that every no turned to a yes. It was the way I looked at it is one step closer to the yes. Does that make sense?
How long do you spend on those?
Great question. So I'm a firm believer that if I lead the horse to the water, I cannot force him to drink. He's either going to or he's not. And so I don't spend any time there. So what I mean by that is if I bring somebody to this opportunity and they can't see this as clear as I do, then this is the wrong time for them. Like it's just not, the timing's not right. And so don't get hung up on that because there's how many billions of people in the world. And if you're at all social media savvy, it's endless. I never run out of people to talk to about an opportunity.
So it takes 7 or 8 exposures for somebody. Do you continue to dribble on them, or do you just move on to the
Yes.
next?
So what I mean is I'm not going to go, oh, you know, you really should take a look at this. I mean, really, why are you not doing this? Because now I'm begging them. But if I act like I don't really care, and I don't mean that in that way necessarily, I'm just saying, if I act like I don't care, the chances of them flipping around for me are so high, it's ridiculous. So now, here's what you do. If they tell me no, I might say, hey, no problem, I can totally appreciate that, but you know, let me do this for you, because it sounds like maybe more information. And they go, yeah. Say, well, you're on Facebook? Yeah, hey, I have a Facebook group that I could add you to. It's a private community. They can, you can see people in there saving money. You can see people in there that have, you know, different, whatever their interest is, right, that you're approaching them by. And if it's money, if they're in it for the money, they're in it for the business opportunity, they don't quite see the business opportunities. They're like, I'm not really sure. It's kind of a scam. It sounds like a scam to me. I'm never going to come out that card. So you know what? It's so crazy. I totally have to agree with you. Like what? I'm like, yeah, I totally have to agree with you. I think you're onto something. I mean, think about this. When Mark Zuckerberg invited all of his friends to come to the apartment and 2 of them showed, the other 3 were thinking the card probably never happened. What do you think they're thinking today? They're kicking themselves in the butt right now because they would be billionaires and they would be set for life. And guess what? They're not now. Well, I don't know what they're doing, but my point is exposure. Here's my feeling. You send them a 2-minute video. You put them on the Facebook page. Put them on a Zoom. You invite them into a meeting. You put them on a 3-way chat or a 3-way call with your upline or sideline or downline. And those are exposures. And you just keep exposing them until either they give you an absolute no or I need more information. In timeshare, if somebody told me no, I took that as I need more information. You know how the timeshare presentations go.
Yeah.
They're not 90 minutes. They're like 4 hours. And then you wear them down and they finally said, here's my credit card. Just kidding. No, it does happen though. Somebody happened.
Oftentimes we'll spend a lot of time sending people texts and emails. It works 1,000 times better to do it in person.
Totally.
And the next best thing is a three-way call, because they don't believe you, but they will believe you.
Yep.
The other person.
Edify somebody else. I do a lot of Facebook chat. I live probably 80% of my day. I live inside of Facebook Messenger. Seriously, my reminders are set in there, everything. So if I ever have an appointment with you, you'll probably find out that that's where I'm setting my reminder to get with you. It's fun, but that's just how I get it. But in reference to what you're saying, the reason I'm saying that is that I use that for my follow-up. I use it for everything. And if they're not quite ready, I'm saying, hey, you know what? Let me introduce you to some of my business partners. And I put 2 or 3 other leaders in on one chat, and now they all chime in. That's awesome. It's called third-party validation. And now if the leader does it right, after they get done spilling what they're spilling, they just go, and I'd recommend that you get with Terry and get signed up right now. Like the time is right now. Like right now, because I can say that to your prospect, right? Because they don't know me from Adam. So I have no problem saying whatever I need to say to get them to do it. And so I'm convinced that network marketing is a business that you do need to learn to sell. There is a sales approach to this. And you've got to learn it. You got to be willing to do that, because otherwise it just doesn't work. I'm not saying you can't ever do it, but I'm saying in order to be big money, you do have to learn some sales. You got to be improving yourself. And if you're not doing things to improve your everyday ability to get better at network marketing, in other words, what are you doing? Has anybody in here made a 6-figure income in network marketing before? Okay, a couple of you, I can tell. If you haven't, it's probably because you haven't come to that level yet. It's not that you're not capable of it. Like, I had to be capable of making it. Like, does that make sense? Like, you have to get yourself to a certain point. Like, to make 7 figures, I'm not ready yet to make 7. I'd like to make 7. But I've got a lot of growth that has to happen in order for that to happen. So I'm a firm believer that if you're not investing time, and I'm not talking about motivational books. Great, you should be doing self-improvement. I'm talking about practice, perfect practice of network marketing. Like, you should be reading network marketing books, you should be watching network marketing videos, you should be going to network marketing meetings that are like GoPro. Go somewhere where you can learn this business from the best. Like, why wouldn't you do that? One of my very best friends is John Melton. He's a 7-figure earner in Modere. Who had thought in Modere they'd have 7-figure earners? He's got people all over the world. He does $2.5 million a month in revenue in his business. He does no meetings like this. He does no miles in his car. He does no 3-way calls. All of it's done through social media. So if a guy like John Melton could do that, why can't we do something like that? I'm not saying you don't have to do meetings. I'm not saying that. I'm saying you do what you're comfortable doing, but you got to learn how to do this business. So practice this perfectly so that you can master it. Stop worrying about all the nitpicky little things. And if you hear anything that comes out by anybody's mouth other than mine, when there's something new coming to the field, you need to ask yourself, should I message Dave and say, is this coming? Because honestly, they hired me for one thing, and that's called voice. My job is to voice it to the field so that you can know that it's from corporate. Okay? Make sense? You had a question?
I flew in from Washington, I live here last night. And in a little town in Washington, it's hard to do this, but I talked to 5 people right after my daughter got me in, and they all said, oh, no, absolutely not. So I wrote them a text on the airplane before I got on the airplane. I said, anyway, I've flown out to Salt Lake to hear about this business firsthand. I will have lots of information when I get back. And that's all I said. I had 5 people text me back, oh, really? You went to Salt Lake? Yeah, I went to Salt Lake. Well, call me when you get back. And I didn't.
Awesome.
Yeah, I didn't say anything about that.
That's awesome. I mean, all it takes is, and this will be what I'll end on because I know we're getting close here. We're getting close. Yeah. Or we're probably past. Are we past?
No, 10 more minutes.
So, one thing I've learned for myself is that, in fact, I just gave this book away. If you've not read this book, you probably should go get it. But it's called Consistency is the New Currency. And it's about learning how to be consistent in your everyday activity and how you do this. Like, it's serious. Like, people who post on Facebook thinking they're social media gurus, like, they post and then they don't. And then they post and then they don't. That is not an influencer. That is not somebody who's actually making a difference, right? I'm just using social media as an example. But if you're not sharing the video with somebody, at least one person a day, like it should be higher, but if you should be able to find one new person every day to share the video with, if that's what you do, if that's where you're at, you're doing great. Now we just go to the next step. Now how many more can you do? And you just take it up from there. I mean, if you start to branch out and learn social media, that could change your world because it now can go from 1 or 2 or 5 a day to you wake up to 40 or 50 messages asking you questions. That's the choice. And I love it because I don't have to put miles on my car. I don't have to do three-way calls. I just connect them to an upline leader, sideline leader to answer questions or whatever. And it's the easiest job in the world. But it's not about posting about our network. It's about building my own personal brand, who I am, being authentic, sharing pictures of my family and telling a story to my life. As people join Facebook, this isn't a social media training, but I'm turning into that now. I'm going to end it. But people join Facebook to reconnect, to be entertained, not to be sold. So if you remember that when you're posting, that we're not trying to sell RevCard or our network or whatever. You're building your own personal brand. And that's how you get people to now message you and say, what is it you do? So one of my trainings I'm going to be doing soon is how to set yourself up for success on Facebook. To where you could literally do just, I could give you a sequence. If you followed it every day, you'd start waking up with leads. Like it literally is pretty that simple. And then follow up, of course, you get follow up. But I want to end on this. We all believe this is possible with the compensation plan?
More than that.
Okay. So we know that this is possible because it can be more than this. Do you guys think this is possible? Yeah. Think 10 of the pens possible? It is. People have already done it. Change your mindset. Try to take what has maybe in your mind have been any negativity with this venture and throw it in the trash and give hope to it to understand that there's people involved that would not be involved if there wasn't something. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't sit up there and go, hey, how can we push the bank out? Like, how can we not bring the card to the marketplace? That's not the conversation. It's like, what steps do we need to have happen in order to do this? And you'd think they'd already had that, right? Well, they didn't. They started this, they opened the doors before we had any food or anything at all. And that's okay because it gave us all opportunity to take part of something that I think is going to change the world. So all I can say is have fun doing this. This is supposed to be a fun business, and it really can be. But if we don't start bringing new people with us to the meetings, This doesn't grow. And I know that's easy to say, and it's a different task to actually have it happen, right? You guys agree with that? Are everybody new right here, right now? In here? No? Everybody's existing, right? I should have asked that earlier. It's not easy to bring new people. Is it?
Mindset.
It's a mindset. So, control what's between our ears. Control what we can control. 100%. Focus on what you have control of. And that is, if I can expose people to the opportunity, I'll build my network, I'll make money, and I'll save money, and I'll save others money. That's really it. It's not anything different than that. And when the bank comes, and the card comes, and now this starts to increase, like I said, and all of a sudden we launch a product, or the bank comes and everybody starts swiping at the same time. What do you think happens to your income? This thing's monstrous. Like, this thing is so massive. People, I just don't understand that they don't understand. Like how massive it is. I don't even think I understand 100% how massive this really is. But it's so big, it's unbelievable. And if people just if I could take this comp plan and put it in my other business, I wouldn't be here right now. I wouldn't. Because that thing would be unbelievably like, wow. Holy cow. So, we love you. We believe in you. And we hope you believe in us. And I'm speaking as corporate. I hope that you give us this much and we'll gain the other. Because I believe that we have something really special. It's whether or not you individually believe that. Because we can sit here all day long and sell you on why you need to do this. But if you can't clearly understand that this is about the power is in the network, and that what we're rolling out on the 21st is going to only enhance this part of it, and this part of it, and many other things, I'm just telling you, then you probably should sit on the sidelines and wait. I'm just being honest. If any of you out there in the world watching, you're not happy, sit on the sideline. Just wait for it to happen then. But you know what they say about people that wait for things to happen? Nothing. So you have to take risk. You got to step out. You got to do it. And this is such a small investment for a possibility of a monstrous income for people. A life-changing opportunity with not a lot of people. Like, this doesn't need a lot to make a decent, really chunk of money, right? Does that make sense? So we've got, we're working on a new opportunity video, which is basically just opportunity, not so much just the card. It's a little bit of everything, which I think you'll like. And we've got some cool features to it that are going to be available. And we got some things that we're working on for the back office with the video that I think you'll really like. And make it very simple for you and all the people that comes into your network. It's very simple to share this opportunity. It was new, so they're programming, so we'll see. What's that? If I could tell you for a fact, I'd tell you, but I don't know. We're praying for it. I am. Then I'll tell you this, that we have a lot in this bucket. It's just turning them on when the time is right. But the ones that we do that we're turning on are really exciting. And I believe you should be pretty excited about it because it'll be an easy introduction to what we're doing. You guys have all heard of the free thing, right? Okay.
Can you explain that?
What's that?
Could you explain that?
Yeah, we don't have it yet. So that's exactly what I'm going to tell you, because here's the bottom line, you guys. Let's say that it is programmed already, so we don't have to wait for that, so that's a good thing. But come on the 21st. and you'll be excited.
I'll be there.
Can you guys promise me you're gonna come?
Sure.
Okay, all right. Because we need you there, we want you there, your team needs you there, because if you're not there and you're not willing to be there to where you can show your team that, hey, I'm committed to this, because I believe events will make you rich. Without events, you'll do average. And it's just the way the industry rolls. So people that are proven to go to these events always make the most amount of money. It's just how it is.
When does that event start? What time? does
It'll
it
start, Spanish will start at 8:30. Go to 9:15-ish or so.
Okay.
And then at 9:30, we'll go from 9:30 to 10:15-ish with an English version of the opportunity, so you can bring new people and maybe even see the new presentation. And I say that because I got a lot to get done between now and then. And then right after that, we'll do our product launch. Well, a little training and then product launch. And then we have a potential guest speaker at the very end that is somebody you have not heard from, that we believe will be a good thing for you. So, what's that?
Bill Gates, what?
Bill Gates, yes. So, anyway, it'll be an action-packed day, and it'll be really smooth. It's a nice hotel. Come participate. If you don't want to be in Spanish because you don't speak Spanish, that's fine. But we do want to honor our Spanish Latinos opportunity. So, and Jeremy's going to be presenting that. John Johnson will be doing the English version, comboed with myself and Terry, actually. Haven't spoke to her yet. She just found out.
Oh.
So she didn't know that, but anyway, I haven't even asked her yet, so I just threw that out. But anyway, come and be part of it, you guys. Like it'll be fun, and like I said, we'll have some other guests there that I think you would like to have there. So, but this isn't going to be a powwow, pump you up. But I will promise you one thing: when you walk out of there, I think you're going to be pumped up. And if you're not, then you might want to just quit. So, because if this doesn't get you excited, I don't know what's going to. So, anyway, thank you guys. Appreciate your support.
All right. Okay, thanks everybody for coming tonight. We're going to take a little 30-minute break, and at 7 we'll be back here for the opportunity meeting.
Oh, hey guys, real quick on this opportunity, you told us. So Jeremy and John and Ed, trainers, are participating in Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday opportunity. So if you have people on the outside, if you want to have them watch, as he always broadcasts anyway, but we're going to set it up to where it's actually not on a camera. It's actually they're just seeing the PowerPoint of what he's covering. So he doesn't have to worry about cameras and stuff.
Yep, that's the RNetwork.live website.
.live site. Every single presentation is on RNetwork.live. Click the button that says webinar, and then my call. By the way, I do a call I'm doing every single week on Monday at 2 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. That is recognition, any updates, that type of call. It's a corporate actual call, and we'll always have special guests be part of that. And we'd love you to participate if you can. And then if you can't, then of course we're going to record those calls, and then we'll be put them up on Rise Up. We won't be putting them on YouTube. I promise you that it's not going to happen. Okay. And the reason for that is that we want stuff that we're saying like that in the private group, because there's things on there we may say that we don't want out of La La Land. Okay. Not that there's really, I can't think of anything, but whatever. That's just what we've chosen to do. Okay. So, but we'd love you to be a part of that call, and I would love you to be on that call. And that's also on RNetwork.live, and it's just the other button that says corporate call, and that's on Mondays at 2. The rest of the calls are all at 7 or 6 p.m., and this one's at 7. Just because you guys already do this, so we didn't want to change the time and all that stuff. So for Utah specifically. Okay.
Where is this broadcast